Hi, I'm Brad Sandlands from Quality Insight, one of the directors of Quality Insight, and this is today, November 26th, Wednesday afternoon. And lots been happening in the aged care world the last couple of weeks, and I thought it really pertinent to have a bit of an update on what Quality Insight is up to and what we're seeing around the marketplaces. First and foremost, our CareBridge Connect product that we're currently in trial with Metro North in Queensland, their jurisdiction, which is pretty much North Brisbane Metropolitan. What we're seeing there now is the 4 hospitals that are engaged in this trial are starting to see a fair bit of traction coming through from residents going, or patients going through their doors, going through as residents in residential aged care. The real benefit to the aged care provider around this process is the amount of information that's uploaded and at their fingertips to make that informed clinical decision. So a really important pathway. We're really proud of how that product is developing, and loads of discussions around the place. We're also seeing Carers Gateway in New South Wales and South Australia potentially engaging fully in this program as well. So that should be exciting for those areas, and more particularly to help the bed exit problem that is going on across the country, where it's been reported more recently that in Queensland we're seeing well over 1,000 Queenslanders stuck in a hospital bed setting where they've got clearance to go to a residential aged care placement. Or even more intriguing is they could possibly go home with home care support, but that's a topic for another day. The other thing that we're doing around Quality Insight, obviously, is working quite closely under the introduction of the new Aged Care Act, which we saw a change in our fees and charges should be now discussed with the resident. And we're seeing some mixed results in our mystery shopping that we're doing on this behalf, showing that some providers still haven't got those messages quite right. Also with health, higher everyday living, how these programs are discussed with the incoming resident. And we have heard of some providers that are saying it's still a compulsory charge. It is absolutely not a compulsory or an obligation for a resident to sign up to this program to come into residential aged care. So providers need to be very cautious around what their teams are articulating to those people coming into care. The programs that we're developing on behalf of providers certainly have that menu-based selection. There's services that means something to the resident that's coming through the door. And I think that's what's going to win at the end of the day. It's not going to be how do we find a loophole around the system. It's how do we provide services that really mean something to that particular resident coming through the door. And the sales training piece, it's really important to make sure that we've got sales training that's on point. It's able to be understood, and then that delegate or that person is then able to articulate that information flow back to those incoming residents. Really important stuff, and stuff that we take quite to heart. And we spend a lot of time developing the content to make sure that it is on point. It does resonate with the teams that we're talking to, and there's plenty of opportunity for them to retain that knowledge as best we can during those sessions. Of course, it shouldn't be a one-hit wonder. This training needs to be repetitive. It needs to be coached. The mystery shopping is quite a valuable tool when it comes to this, but there's plenty happening in our space. And as it should be with these changes, it always it brings this type of work through. I'm Brad Sandlands. If you are looking for any help or assistance around higher everyday living or sales training, please reach out. We do have some availability for the rest of the year, but that is filling up quite quickly. So please email me at brad@qualityinsight.com. Great talking to you, and hopefully we'll speak soon. Cheers. Bye.